Welcome to Talk Me Healthy. Each show, we invite a guest to explore a topic related to healthy living. They share their expertise and personal stories, and we learn from them how they turn their passion and knowledge into practical tips that you can use now to improve your health. I'm your host, Scherrie Keating, founder of Diabetes Care Consulting. My goal is that each show you will hear something that will motivate you to make a small but significant change towards living a healthier and happier life. Hello and welcome to Talk Me Healthy show and podcast. My name is Scherrie Keating and I'm your host and founder of Diabetes Care Consulting. Today's topic is laughter is the best medicine, especially now. And I know, like many of you, it's hard to laugh in these uncertain times. So I thought, what a great time to bring my guest and friend, comedian Jerry Caruso. Jerry is the co-founder of Comics for a Cure. He's a comedy instructor, a cable TV show host, an actor, motivational speaker, and a radio show personality. So I want to introduce you to Jerry Caruso and say hi. Hi, Jerry.
Hello, all. How are you, Scherrie?
I'm doing as well as can be expected. And how about you?
Same deal. It's almost like I still go to work every day. I do IT, like help desk type of stuff, and it's like Groundhog Day every day. Like I'm gonna start, like all my people that work with me are like not in the office because one's covering another building and the other ones are online helping people. But I'm gonna start to put balls like Castaway, like Tom Hanks had the ball he put a face on. So I know I got people with me. It's like I got nobody with me. It's like so quiet.
Is it nice or is it lonely?
It's a little bit of both. Like it's nice when it's like when I need it to be nice, but it's lonely when it's like, hey, what'd you think of that? You didn't think of it. You know what I mean? Like you try to talk to people, and it's like, what'd you think of that? I don't know what you thought of that.
Yeah, it's a totally different world that we're living in. And, I'm so excited that you wanted to do this show with me because I just feel like, every day is like an emotional roller coaster that we're living right now. And, we have to find some sort of joy and laughter and lighten things up. So I thought, well, you know what? Let's talk about laughter. How does laughter really change our immune system, and what does it do physically for us and mentally for us? And I thought, well, you would know that because that's what you do for work, and that's what your life, involves. So tell us how we can incorporate laughter into this crazy time right now.
There are so many ways. Like there's like talking about like everything about our life, like your life, my life can be funny as things that we do. So it's almost like, I got romantic with my wife. I bought her an extra roll of toilet paper and I said, this is for you, honey, make a little flower.
I bet you love that.
Oh God. And look, I found a 6-pack of paper towels. Oh my God, I love you. It's like, but I mean, if we can do stuff like that, because we know how it's tough. Like it's fun when you FaceTime, and I know that you have grandkids too, right?
I have 6, yeah.
Yep, I've got 5, so I'm one behind you. But it's so cool to FaceTime them and talk to them, and they're so funny. They could have their own podcast. Like my 4-year-old grandson Vinny's like, "Hey, come with me," and he's taking the phone. He goes, "Hold on a second, I'm not there yet." And I'm like, "Where you taking me? I'm getting dizzy." He goes, "You can't get dizzy. You're on the phone," he says. And I'm like, oh my God, this kid knows more than me, But you can't help but try to laugh at things. I mean, not everything. I understand that. Like I'll yell at myself at work for doing something wrong. And then I say, don't talk to him that way. He's trying the best that he could. I go, who am I talking to? It's like, so we have to try to look at the lighter side of things. Because yes, we still have to wash our hands, put on gloves, wear a mask, 6 feet distance. And you know me, I'm Italian. It's killing me. I can't hug anybody. I can't. It's like me and my wife touch elbows and I get excited. It's like, what else can we do? See, she's very conscious because she works in a hospital. So she feels like, I don't want to, not that I'm bringing anything home, but I could, because she's a secretary talking to people coming in for appointments. So, but, so it's like, we just try to get close. We're in the same bed, which is kind of nice. But
6 feet apart, though, Jerry, I hope.
I think it's like 3. I think she can't help it. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, it's just one of those things where you have to, be lighthearted about it and yes, still take things seriously. But, like I always preach when I preach to support groups or other people in need, laughter helps your brain, your heart, your lungs, your bloodstream. It relieves stress. And if you can turn around and talk about funny stories, that's really cool. Because like if my grandkids are making me laugh, they're doing their job, but I'll do the same thing. Like they're watching cartoons. Like the big thing for little kids is Paw Patrol now. I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
How old are your grandkids? Are they that young that they watch that?
13 all the way down to almost a year.
Yeah. So when they're smaller, they watch Paw Patrol, and I'll like call Vinny and Luke and talk like the mayor from the city or the town that they're in, and they're laughing. And then my daughter's laughing. She goes, "You're just goofy." I go, "Well, I'm just trying to get some performance time in because I hardly get any."
So speaking of performance time, tell me, have you always been a comedian as a child, or did you always have this dream of being a comedian? Or is this something that evolved as you aged? Or tell me a little bit about that.
Oh, God, no. It started when I was in Catholic school, probably the best stage in the world. I mean, because you got in trouble for stupid things or things like if nuns would be like an audience of people from England, like proper. They don't want to laugh at you. And if they do, they don't want to be goofy about it. But that's how these nuns were. They go, "Mr. Caruso, stop it." And, they're trying not to laugh. So when I was 7th and 8th grade, I used to just entertain kids in like the schoolyard at St. Patrick's School. And the nuns couldn't yell at me because I was getting them from stopping, running around and falling down all over the place, beating each other up because they listened to me tell jokes. And so so it started back in the 7th and 8th grade. And even before that, family dinners, I'd be imitating people in the family and family get into it. And my mother and father give me the dirty look. I'm like, because they were the butt of my humor, but it wasn't insulting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was very tasteful. So it carried on to high school. And when I did it junior and senior years, a little bit in college, but then in the early 80s, I was in a class clown contest. I did good, but I only did it for 6 months doing shows because nobody would support me. I'd be like, "Hey, you want to come see me again?" They go, "You get any new material?" I go, "No." They'd be like, "We're all set." So, so it really blew my ego and like, "Oh my God, I think I'm funny." And then I'm not anymore. And then I waited till I was 38 and I started and haven't stopped since. And it's a blast.
I can tell that you love it. It's much needed every day, not just during this crisis, but every day we need to laugh. And I know I was on your show Happy Hour, and that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Absolutely.
You did a great job.
We were totally off script the whole time, but it was really fun.
Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? I love working off script. When it comes from here, it comes from the heart. It's more natural. It's more funny. It's spontaneous. And it's like, you just try to just react to situations, and your reaction is so real. And so, what's the word for? We'll just leave it. It was real.
No, that's what I love about you is your spontaneity and just like, going with the flow and whatever comes out, and we just feed off of that. And it was really a lot of fun.
Yeah. Absolutely. Like the guy at the station, Shane he goes, "So where'd you get the good questions?" I go, "I don't know. I just thought of them." He goes, "You didn't write anything?" I go, "No, you had nothing. You memorized?" I go, "No, I just go off the top of my head because that's how it's more natural." And I try to bond with the subject. Like I can't do medical terms that you do, but I could, I can't go with the best of them, but I could just put in my 2 cents and, But Italian, it's easy.
Right, because they love to talk. Well, I'm not Italian, but I love to talk too. But I was wondering, how do you get your material? Like, does it come to you automatically, or how do you get the material when you're on stage and you're doing your comedy show?
Well, first of all, so when I teach it, and it's a funny story, when I first started teaching it at Mount Wachusett Community College in Gardner, great great place. In 1999, they said, we're going to have you teach a comedy class, you know, because it's your idea and it's a great idea. Radio station across the street said, look at me, you can tell I'm Italian, I get to use my hands. If I tied my hands up, I'd be mute. But anyway, so when they interviewed me, the radio station said, we're really curious about how someone can teach comedy. They go, you know, because I had already done one class and they were talking about it. They go, how does someone, you know, take comedy? How could someone be a comedian? I mean, what is the secret? What is the big thing they need to take your class? And I said, $80, you know, because that's what they were charging. And the guy got mad at me. He goes, I'm going to give you a secret. I go, what am I going to give you a trade secret for? Let people come and take my class, not think they needed something. So what I do, and I teach it, is I make fun of my life because no one can get mad at me, and it's all making fun of me, and it's in a tasteful way, and even my family too. So it's not, I'm not hurting anybody. I'm just making it so it's real. And when I tell people to take my class, I go, talk about your life. They go, I don't get any material. I go, where did you go to school? They go, I went to Catholic school. I go, there you go. There's 10 points right there. Did you go to your prom? No, I went out hanging out with my friends that night at the prom. I go, there's another one. I said, you know, so you start to list things and people don't realize what they have. And then when they talk about it, and whether you elaborate on it or you rant and rave about it, that's what I do. And it's like, and now I do it for almost every set. The only way that gets me thinking is if the crowd talks to me, or I talk to the crowd, ask them, what do you do for a living? What's your name? Hey, how you doing? And the guy say, I'm an engineer. I go, I got nothing. Next. And then I go to the next. So it's like, then the engineers get mad at me. Go, no, I'm excitable. I go, all right. Do you wear a pocket protector? They go, how do you know? I go, come on, please. Really, am I supposed to figure this out? But it's funny and it's not hurtful. And that's what I try to teach to people, just to do it that way. So that's what I basically do. Then I throw in some voices that I do. Then I throw in some song parodies. I do classic songs. I talk about rock and roll bands getting older, how they still sing about them being young, but they should sing about being older. And it's really cool. You ought to see it one time.
I can't wait to see it. Well, you know, I want to tell you, my husband signed up for your comedy class at Massachusetts, and it got canceled because of COVID, and he is so depressed about it, and he really needs a lot of help. Let me tell you.
Well, that's what I'm here for, to make him look bad. No, I mean, I know they want to do it again, and I told them, wait till the fall, because they had like 4 or 5 people already signed up. They want 8, and I always say, go with 4, but whatever they want to do. But I think now with all this, the anticipation to do it, and then the 4 people or 5 people are going to do it, I'm going to tell them, tell your friends, and I'm going to help push it more, so that hopefully when we do it in the fall, we're looking at September. Like I talked to the girl, I said, well, a good day. They go, pick Wednesday night. I don't know, just take any Wednesday night and go 5 in a row. And it'll be fun. It usually is. And some people don't even take it to do comedy. They take it just to get out of the house.
Yeah, well, he wants to be a comedian, and I'm not sure he's comedian material, but we'll see what happens. We'll see if you can work your magic on him, Jerry.
Oh, God, geez. That's going to take $20. No.
That's a lot of pressure, I know.
I don't mind.
So let me ask you a question about you co-founded Comics for a Cure. Tell me a little bit about that.
One day I did a show for an organization called Common Sensitivity, and they raised money for AIDS awareness. And this is back in the 90s. I think it was 94. And we raised like, oh God, $11 or $12,000 that night. A Monday night in Fitchburg, of all places. And we weren't selling drugs. No, I'm kidding. I mean, that's a joke. And and some guy saw me and he wanted to talk to me. He met me after the show. His name was Tony Marcus. And Tony goes, Jerry, I like what you do. You do a lot of these. I go, well, I like to do benefits. I've done like, a handful. I'd love to do more. He goes, let me come over to your house. How did I talk about to come over to my house? I said, come over. I make a mean cup of coffee. Of course, it was instant, but whatever. You didn't know the difference. But anyway, so he came over and he said, you know what? We should team up and do this more often and pick out, nonprofit organizations or worthy causes and just do a show. And I said, sure. They go, we'll call it Comics for something. I go, how about Comics for a Cure? It rolled off my tongue. And we've done it ever since. And he stuck with me for like, I'd say 5 years, but then he moved away. But I still include his name because he was a part of it. Everybody goes, well, it's just you now. I go, yeah, but Tony's idea. It was his idea, and I ran with it. And we've done God knows how many in the past few years, especially, it's grown to the point where I'd be doing like, at least 4 benefits a month at the least. And it's really a great feeling, because even if you don't raise a lot of money, you make people laugh if they're going through some kind of situation.
Yeah. And you also do murder mystery shows too, right?
Oh, and you're going to be with me when we do our next one.
I'm so excited.
Your debut as an actress. Oh my God.
Woo-hoo.
You're in trouble. You have to listen to me all night. Oh my, because I'm like the main. So I would try to make it so you're there for most or all of the show, like one of those type of characters. You get to hear me just do my thing. And I'll try not to pick on you, because it'll pull you out and say, oh, she must be one of the actors or the actresses. That's how people think. But it's fun. I've been doing that since, '01.
Wow.
It's fun.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait to do it. I'm so disappointed that it got canceled for April, but definitely I'm in for whenever, you're back up and running again. So
yeah, because they can't wait to do it. And how hard is it for me to be a wisecracking Italian cop? Come on, please.
I can so
this is
totally
child's play.
So who's your favorite comedian?
Favorite all time?
Yeah.
I'd say it's a tie between 3 people.
Okay.
And I could say 3 because of different genres. I thought Rodney Dangerfield was a genius. He made fun of himself. Hey, it ain't easy being me, I tell you, But it was all funny. Joan Rivers, which I thought was a pioneer of females in comedy. She made fun of her husband in a relationship, but never in a distasteful way. Like she just, she goes, oh, when we got married, one of my favorite jokes from her is like, when we got married, she goes, we'd run around the bedroom, catch me, catch me, catch me. We'd fall into passion. And now that we're older, it's like, catch me, catch me. We take a break. And I say, come on, catch me again. We take another break. I get it. We'll resume it next week. I'm tired now. And then the third one being Robin Williams, because of his spontaneity. He was just a genius. It's so sad that, he got depressed and, battling all these demons. But unfortunately, comedians, long history of, having issues and, bringing it to the stage and doing their best. But it's a hard thing. But like someone had told me once that met me when I first started doing comedy, they go, wait a minute, you're married, you have a job, you have children, you're happy, you're not living in your parents' basement. Why are you doing comedy? You're not on meds, you're not an alcoholic, they go on and on. I go, no, I just love to do it.
So do you think that a lot of comedians turn to comedians because of issues that they have that they're working through comedy to deal with them?
Oh, I would think so. I mean, look at, there was a point in my life where some heart issues, like cardiovascular disease or coronary artery disease, where I'm all clogged. But they said on meds and exercise and diet, you should do good. And by the grace of God, for 3 years now, going on 4, I do good. Take regular tests and stuff. But it helped me through that time, because I was really scared, not knowing what was going on. When I hit the stage, it was like, I was praying I wouldn't drop, but that's for sure. But the other thing was just to be able to take my mind off of things, take my mind off of oh my God, hope my tests come back good. And that night I had done a show, Steve Katzo's show, Arlington, big cable show production, like a variety show, like a Johnny Carson type of show. Band, audience, comedians, musicians, singers. It's great. And I got to go on there. And for that night, I felt so good. And I said to myself, maybe you're okay, but you'd think that. And then days later, I found out that it's treatable. I didn't have to have surgery or anything. So I think that really helped me, because I remember when I got diagnosed for it, I went to the hospital, breathing hurt. When I was breathing, my doctor goes, go to the hospital. And I went, took him 8 hours. The doctor comes up to me. I said, Doc, what do you got to say? He goes, pericarditis. I go, I don't care if it's a Greek doctor, Jewish, Italian, I'll take anybody. He goes, no, idiot, it's pericarditis. That's an infection of the sac of the heart. I go, oh, okay. But see, I made light of that, and that helped me out too during that situation. So, but I think a lot of people may take that and turn around, like if they were bullied or if they were, tough relationships. You know how a lot of comics, I broke up with my girlfriend. It's like, oh, I don't think anybody wants it. I don't think you're going to do like a senior center and they want to hear that.
Yeah.
But it's like, so you take to the stage what, like me, one of my main premises is being Italian and aging. But aging is good because everybody's aging. So no matter how old they are, what level they are, once they hit 40, I tell them, like, it's all downhill from here. They go, no way, is it? And I tell them stories about what happened to me in my 40s. So it's like, so it's kind of cool. Like if I could share that, and then people tell me afterwards, oh my God, I meant to tell you, I went through that too. So you're relatable to the people. So people really enjoy that.
So as a comedian, you need to be relatable. You need to be tasteful. You need to really, when you are telling jokes about somebody, it should be about yourself or somebody that you, your family or someone, so that and you get their permission, of course, probably.
Kind of.
Kind of, uh-oh. That could run you into trouble, Jerry.
Yeah, but it's never bad. So it's like, but yeah, I mean, those are the things you need. And most of all, like I try to tell people, go up there like you're telling stories to your friends in the living room or your family. Don't look at the audience like, oh my God, I don't know any of these people. And then you start to sweat. When you sweat, the audience sweats. And then when all of you sweat, it's terrible. No, but when all of you sweat, it's all nerve-wracking. And people, like if you want to see someone perform, whether it's a singer, a musician, or a comedian, and you see them stumbling, you're like, oh God, I feel so bad for them. I hope it gets better. Or, you know, that's like the old joke that I use. Like I did like a rehab center once, and it was sad, people with crutches, missing limbs, and wheelchairs. And at the end of the show, I try to leave with a positive message. I said, hope you guys get better. In the back room was a guy in a wheelchair. He looks at me, he goes, you too. So anyway, that's an old joke. But anyway, but it's true. And to me, I embrace whether it's 5 people, 50, 500, or 5,000. It doesn't matter. I give them all the same show. Like people go, you did a show for 10 people. Like it was like it was Carnegie Hall. I go, absolutely. I want them to walk out. If those 10 people walk out, they go, he was great. I can't wait to see him again. I'm going to tell my friends. I'll tell you, next time I'm going to have 20 people at that show. You know?
There you go. I always learned when I started my company that you need to improve 1% of the time, and you got to give 100% every time.
Absolutely.
So, and I just kind of follow that too. And I think that's good advice for whether there's one person or 1,000 people.
Yeah, because people, beside the fact if they're paying to see you, disregard that fact altogether. But if they're paying to see you and you're just telling jokes very mundane or like, you know, like the only one to get away with that, you've probably heard of Stephen Wright, local guy, very funny, mundane jokes, but they're funny. His punchlines, he sounds the same throughout the jokes, but they're very funny jokes. The way I look at it is you have to sell it. You're like being a salesperson up there. You're selling to the audience like, I'm going to be funny. I'm going to make you laugh. I can almost guarantee it. Eventually, you're going to crack. And even if it takes till the end of the show, then someone will come up to me, you know, I really didn't want to be here, but then in the end, I really thought it was funny. I go, oh, yeah, I hope so. You know, that's what I want. That's my main goal. But just to be able to sell it to a fact that it's believable, and people say, God, you're having such a good time up there. Why? What's wrong with you? I go, nothing. That's me. I get that. I get that high, like I'm having a phenomenal time telling jokes, and that these are all my new friends.
Although I love that philosophy.
Although they get scared. Although they get scared after that. They go, oh, new friend.
They're like, oh God, I'm a friend of Jerry Caruso's. Oh my God. What happened? What happened?
Help.
So did you ever flop? Like, did you ever go on stage as a comedian and just like the whole show, you're like, nobody's laughing. Like, what am I doing? Has that ever happened to you? Because I would think that would be your worst fear.
Yeah, and it's happened more earlier than later, but earlier in my career, like one time, let's see, I had to be 2 or 3 years, 2 years at Digital Equipment Corporation. Used to be big for computers. Anyway, make a long story short, Nick's Comedy Stop had a thing where they said Digital Computers of New England were given a comedy night. I'm like, oh. So I talked to the guy who put on the show. I go, you got to have me on that show. He goes, why? I go, I work for Digital. And that'd be great. I got some good jokes, you know, computer jokes. Excuse me. And he says, oh, perfect. And what he failed to tell me, Digital Computers of New England was every computer company in New England, like, you know, IBM, Honeywell, Nixdorf, Sperry Univac, everybody, because it was back in the 90s, early, I say mid-90s. And I was telling digital jokes. And it's like, remember the singer Robert Palmer?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Robert Palmer used to be the CEO that took the place of Ken Olson at Digital Equipment Corporation. So I open up with, I go, I was so excited the first day I worked at Digital. They go, you're going to be working for Robert Palmer. I go, oh my God, I love his music. And everybody goes, no, it's not him, but nobody got it. Like 2 people were from Digital. My friend was a security guard, like a corporate one. He goes, Jerry, you realize there were 4 of us there from Digital in this entire audience? I go, who were the 4? He goes, you were one of them. I go, oh, geez. And I told jokes molded around Digital, and I flopped. It took me a while to get people back, but it made me like, oh my God, hurry up, Jerry. Say something funny, like talking to myself. And so that happened once, and there was another time where I actually got booed because I did an impression of Ronald Reagan. So when Ronald Reagan was starting to slip and no one really said anything, with the Alzheimer's, I didn't know. And I just had him working at McDonald's, screwing up an order. And people booed me. I go, oh God, I'm sorry, folks. This is comedy. I'm sorry. I didn't mean anything offensive. And they shut me off for like a minute or 2. But there was a guy, it was a 2-man show. I did a half hour, and the other guy did an hour from New York City. He goes, I got to give you credit. He goes, I thought it was going to be hard for you to get him back, but you got him back within 2 minutes, which is that golden rule, like you lost them. And I felt so bad that I never did it again, And it was not to hurt him or anything. It's just like making a comparison. Imagine this guy working here, and stuff like that.
Right, yeah.
So it's happened, and it's like the most important thing is try to rebound. If not, you walk up stage saying, what am I doing here? Who sent you? Like, oh, wait a minute, I did.
Why am I doing this again?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you've had a very long career. Give me, we only have a few minutes left, so give me your best impression and then tell me your favorite joke.
I'll start with my favorite joke because it's in honor of a guy who's a cancer patient. I call it a street joke, but I'll call it Oscar's joke. Oscar's this little Italian, I think Italian or Jewish, there's no difference. And so he said to me, Jerry, I want you to tell this joke. You tell it for me. I go, yeah, of course. My favorite joke is this. This is Oscar's joke, but I love to use it to tell people that cancer patients have a sense of humor as well. This guy's driving a cab. Beautiful nun is in the back seat. He keeps looking in the back seat. The beautiful nun goes, my son, is there a problem? You keep looking at me. He goes, sister, I must confess. I always wanted to kiss a beautiful nun, and you qualify. I'm so sorry. She goes, remove your hands from your face. It could happen if you meet 2 of the qualifications. He goes, what's that? She goes, you must be single and you must be Catholic. He goes, oh my God, I'm both. He stopped the cab, taking her to her destination, picked out a nice spot, hopped in the back seat. She gave him the most longest, sensual 5-minute kiss. He couldn't believe it. He was in heaven. Finally, he drives her to her destination. He starts crying his eyes out. She goes, my son, do I detect tears? He goes, yes, sister, I'm so sorry I lied to you. I'm not single, I'm not Catholic, I'm married and I'm Jewish. She goes, that's okay, my name is Kevin, I'm going to a costume party. That's such a great joke. It's a clean joke.
Oh, I love that.
And this is a cancer patient, which makes me always feel good inside that I could do something like that, like a cancer patient can make me laugh, And he goes, I want you to tell that every time you come on stage. And I do, and I say it in his honor too. I go, this is Oscar's joke. I just thought I'd tell you this.
I love it. I'm a cancer survivor, so I think that's fabulous that you can.
And that's why me and Paul Durant's, another comedian, go to Hope Lodge every month, and hopefully we'll start up again and give them a comedy show.
That's awesome.
We get this. All we get is this, and I don't care about the money because it doesn't matter to me. If I'm helping them get through a bad day, helping them to. Even Oscar told me once. He goes, one time I was afraid to get treatment. And I was scared. It was really tough. Then I think of some of your jokes and it made me laugh. And I feel like, oh my God. Isn't that amazing?
That is so awesome. I wish I knew you when I was going through cancer treatments. I could have used a laugh, definitely.
Well, I'm still around to give you laughs. So my favorite impression, my favorite one, oh boy. My favorite one would have to be, it's old, but people still love it. I just love doing Bill Clinton. I just love it. I love women. I love talking to you. I love my wife. I love every woman that worked for me. Matter of fact, hello, ladies out there. I'm still around, but it's such a blast because people can relate to it. People go, oh my God, that's him. So it's fun.
Jerry, you are awesome. You have made my day, made my
Thank
week,
you.
and made my month. I'm telling you, really, I needed to laugh.
I'm so glad.
All this uncertainty, I'm going to remember every day when I'm feeling a little bit nervous or anxious, I'm going to remember you and this conversation, and I'm going to call you.
There you
Or
go.
text you. I got your number too. So how can people get a hold of you when life starts getting back, open again, and we're able to go back to doing what we love to do? How can people reach you? What's the best way to reach you if they're interested in having you come and do a show for them? Or maybe there is an organization that your Comics for a Cure can come and do something. So how do they reach you?
There's many ways. One way, the easiest way is Facebook, because I'm on it. You can find me on there, Jerry Caruso, Jerry with a J, Caruso. I have a website called, this is a real long one, don't even write it down, www.jerrygcarusocomic.webs.com. I'll send it to you one of these days.
Send it to me, and then when I put it in the show write-up, it will be there.
Oh, good.
That'd be great. Yeah.
I will. And the other way is I'm on LinkedIn too, so people will see me on there. But it's, I love doing it. I've talked to civic groups. I love doing that too. Chambers of Commerce, all these Rotary clubs. I love it. First Rotary club I did, I go, I love what you did to that road over there. They go, no, we're not responsible for that. They put in a Rotary. But anyway.
Well, listen, our time is up. You have really been such a great guest, and I'm so grateful that you came on and you made me laugh, and I'm sure you're going to make others laugh as well. And keep doing what you're doing, Jerry, because you really are helping so many people in changing the world through laughter. So thank you so much.
So, and I got to thank you too, because what you do for, people with pre-diabetes, or you help them out, and it's great. And you have an engaging personality. You smile a lot. That's real important, because people don't want to be told what to do without even, I'm sure you inject humor and personality into it. And that's so important, because people don't get that. They're like, okay, go ahead and tell me what I got to do. Okay, I might do it, I might not do it, but God bless you too.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Jerry. And I will be posting this so everyone can hear you. And you'll cheer everybody up. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And stay safe and well, my friend.
And you too, my friend, and we'll do stuff together down the road, I promise.
Looking forward to it. Thanks so much, Jerry.
Take care. Have a good night. God bless.
You too.